The 2025 edition of the Academy Museum Gala, an annual fundraising event that helps to raise money to support museum exhibitions, education, community and public programming, as well as to honor select few who make it in cinema, was live at the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures in LA. And in true Hollywood fashion, we still kind of expected our favorite celebrities and superstars to turn our heads with gag-worthy looks. Now, while some of our faves really just slayed the red carpet like no man's business, others just needed a full refund from their stylist. So here are the top 10 worst dressed celebrities at the Academy Museum Gala 2025. Take a look. First up on our worst dressed list, we have the beautiful, the gorgeous Zoe Kravitz. And for the Academy Museum Gala, she had on this brown ruffled satin maxi dress by Saint Laurent from their Spring-Summer 2026 ready-to-wear collection, and she was styled by the incredible Danielle Goldberg. And I'm still yet to wrap my head around what I am looking at. I mean, I know this is a dress, but just the way it was constructed, it just felt very confusing because it just felt like a whole lot of mumbo jumbo. Now, first of all, I just did not love the visuals of this look. It just looked so crafty, so tacky, most especially because it was done in that satin fabric, and that was a no-no for me. I also just did not love how wasteful the use of the fabric was, just with all the gathering and all the pleating and all the ruffle detailing that we see on this look. I just feel like I could make multiple decent dresses out of this one dress, and it just made no sense to have all this detailing just to create an ugly dress. I also just could have done a bit more in like the mixing and the matching of like fabric textures, because just the way all of this was done in that same one fabric, just in different shades, it just seemed a bit too flat for me, and I just did not love that. I also think the fit of this look was horrendous. I feel like it just swallowed her all the way up. It just felt very overwhelming for her, kind of like the look was wearing her and not the other way around, and that is just always going to be a no-no for me. Overall, let's just say that this was one interesting look on the red carpet and interesting for all the wrong reasons, and so it has to be a chop for me. Next up on our list, we have the reality TV star and businesswoman Kim Kardashian. And for the Academy Museum Gala, she had on this nude brown strapless corseted long gown and a Fiskini by Macy Margiela from their Spring-Summer 2025 ready-to-wear collection, and she was styled by the amazing Danny Michelle. And I definitely have questions. I mean, the first question would be why? Why would you even show up like this for the function, and who? Who even allowed for this to happen in the first place? Now, I know that some people might be like, this look was conceptual, there was a message behind the look, yada, 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 yada. But the big question is, does the look great? The answer would be an obvious no-no. I mean, art can be subjective, but when that art starts to be a bit obscure, it can start to look a bit ridiculous, and I feel like this look kind of crossed that line for me. Now, I just did not love the dress. This nude shade as a color, it just looked very flat. The fabric just felt very slouchy, very droopy. And I just feel like the addition of this Fiskini to the look, it just made this look 10 times worse. I mean, this was giving me very scary lady for Halloween. And for the red carpet, I'm sorry, it just wasn't working for me. I mean, this is just a perfect example of dresses that we see on the runway that really doesn't translate or work in real life, and just trying to make it work in real life is just like an exercise in futility. Overall, this look just felt like one obscure mess to me, and so it has to be a chop for me. Up next on our list, we have the Brat Summer superstar Charli XCX, and for the Museum Academy Gala, she had on this black lace and leather ball gown by Saint Laurent, and she was styled by the incredible Chris Horan. And I would say that this was a nice attempt, but I just feel like this look just did not quite come together like I hoped it would, and that was a problem for me. Now, I love the idea of using unconventional fabric just in the creation of like conventional looks, But leather is a fabric that can be very tricky in terms of like construction. I mean, it can look really great when the measurement is a bit skin tight, or even for like more ready to wear pieces for like your leather tops, your shirts, your pants. However, the minute you want to start creating more intricate pieces, just like a ball gown like we see here, that requires a lot of like precision and fabric, it can start to look a bit droopy and bulky, and that is exactly what is happening with this look. Now, I love the lace fabric that we see up top. I think it was very beautiful, but it just starts to fall apart for me at the midsection of the dress all the way down. I mean, just the way it was ill-fitting at the midsection of the dress and how it really starts to get very bulky at the lower half of the dress. The construction to me was a 0, and it just did not feel like a well-executed dress. Overall, while I really did appreciate the effort, the construction of this look just seemed very subpar, and so it has to be a chop for me. Next up on our list, we have the cutesy, the dainty Mikey Madison. And for the Academy Museum Gala, she had on this pale blue lace long gown by Dior, and what can I say? The mesh dresses are striking again. I mean, at this point, I feel like you already know what I'm about to say. It just doesn't look great to me. It's been overdone, it's been overflogged, and at this point, let's just let the mesh dresses be. Now, aside from that, glamorous this dress was absolutely not. If anything, this was giving me very old worn-out nightgown from the 1930s, and while this would have been fabulous in the bedroom for that time, for the red carpet, it just made no sense to me. I also just think that this dress really just ages Mikey because she is such a young girly, so I just think that she has no business just dressing up like she is like 75. Let's just say I just did not love this look from Mikey. It just felt very wonky, very inappropriate, and so it has to be a chop for me. Up next on our list, we have the one and only image architect to the stars, Roach. And for the Academy Museum Gala, he had on this purple toned satin coat, a pair of black pants, and a white inner shirt by Dries Van Noten. And I just was so awfully disappointed by this look, I'm really not gonna lie. I mean, for someone who rarely misses when he styles his clients, one would just expect that level of detailing when dressing himself, but I guess you really can't have it all because what in the hot boo-boo mess was this look? I mean, what the hell was this coat? Apart from the fact that it was made out of that satin fabric that can start to look real cheap real fast. This jacket was also giving me very magician for Halloween, and that was a no-no for me because it just seemed like a costume. I also just did not love that his neck area was completely closed off, just with that shirt and the bow tie. It just looked a bit choky and just made him look like a no-necked monster. And it just did not make any sense to me because these are things that he was supposed to know. Overall, this look just really crossed over that line and started to look a bit costumey to me, and so it has to be a chop for me. Next up on our list, we have the effervescent beauty, Elle Fanning. And for the Academy Museum Gala, she had on this pale pink top and a red maxi textured skirt by Balenciaga from their Spring-Summer 2026 ready-to-wear collection, and she was styled by the amazing Samantha Macmillan. And did I live for this look? Did I love it? The answer would be an absolutely not for me. I mean, this was one look I really did not enjoy on the runway, and it's safe to say that I feel the same about this look on this actual red carpet. I mean, in no world was this going to be a fabulous look for any red carpet. I mean, the top half just taking the shape of a regular oversized polo, and the skirt being that textured, it just felt very disconnected for me, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the up didn't really match the down for me, and that was a no-no for me. Now, while the lower half of the dress was giving me very couture, and I use that word very loosely, the upper half was giving me very basic Betty, and that was kind of disappointing for me. Overall, I would say that Elle is a stunning and gorgeous girly, but this look, it just did not quite mesh well together. So yeah, this look, it has to be a chop for me. Up next on our list, we have the ebony goddess herself, Ayo Edebiri. And for the Academy Museum Gala, she had on this sheer white and black midi dress by Chanel, and she was styled by the super talented Danielle Goldberg. And this was a look I did not quite love on the red carpet tonight. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I actually do like the direction that the new creative director is taking, just with the brand's aesthetics. However, looks like this really just take me back to the old Chanel messy aesthetic, and it's always just going to be a no-no for me. Now, more than anything, it really was just how patchy and disjointed this look was that just really didn't sit well with me. It just felt like a failed DIY project. It just felt like random pieces of like fabric were just put together to create this dress. And while that might be fabulous for like sustainability, it just lacks that visual appeal for me. Now, I've definitely seen Ayo in a form-fitting dress, and let's just say she looks better in that than in whatever this is. I also did not love this hairdo on her. Ayo girl, let this be the last time you tried this hairstyle because it looks a mess. Overall, no, that's all I'm gonna say. So this look has to be a chop for me. Next up on our list, we have the beautiful, the gorgeous Selena Gomez. And for the Academy Museum Gala, she had on this black velvet long dress with a suit jacket over it by Armani Privé, and she was styled by the incredible Erin Walsh. And this look could have been just fine, I'm not gonna lie. This was a perfectly okay dress, but the minute that jacket walked in, it really just sealed the deal that this look was going to be thrown into this list. I mean, this was definitely a styling problem for me because what was the actual reason? Like, why would you even choose to hide that beautiful Armani Privé dress underneath that jacket? I don't know, maybe she had like a wardrobe malfunction, so she had to just put that on last minute, because if not, this was a bizarre styling choice for sure. Like I said before, this was an okay look, but just the addition of this jacket, that was really just unforgivable for me. So yeah, this look by Selena is gonna have to be a chop for me. Up next on our list, we have the statuesque beauty Regina Hall. And for the Academy Museum Gala, she had on this yellow piped sheer off-the-shoulder long gown by Tree from their Spring-Summer 2026 ready-to-wear collection. And this was an immediate flop for me on the red carpet. I mean, at some point, we really have to come together and just advocate for people to wear dresses that actually just flatter them, because just looking at this dress on her, it just looked really saggy, really droopy, and it just did nothing for her beautiful figure. Now, I did love this color on her. It just felt so bright, so beautiful, but I just feel like just the way the dress was cut, it needed to be a bit higher, or maybe just the inclusion of like straps could have worked for this look, because it just looks so weird just hanging on her like that. I also just think that just a little more tailoring would have made the fit a lot better, and it would have just made me appreciate this look even more, because just the way it is on her right now, it just seems a bit diabolical. Overall, this was another poorly constructed dress on the red carpet, and so it has to be a chop for me. Finally, on our worst dress list, we have the gorgeous, gorgeous Kirsten Dunst. And for the Academy Museum Gala, she had on this nude tone lace long gown, and it was getting super crafty up in here, and all I can say is that she looks like Boo Boo the Fool in this dress, and this was just an immediate no-no for me. Now, first of all, this color on her just felt so pale. It really just washed her out so badly. She almost was invincible. I also just did not love the fabric that was used in the creation of this dress. This just felt like a bunch of like spider web meets like fishnet, and it just was a bit creepy to me, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the floral details that we see on the look, it just kind of felt like they were overcompensating for the atrocity that this dress was, and let's just say it just did not work. Overall, this was an ugly dress on this red carpet, no denying that, so it has to be a chop for me. Alright guys, we have come to the ending of today's video. In today's video, I share with you guys my top 10 worst dressed celebrities at the Academy Museum Gala 2025. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a big fat thumbs up. It helps me a lot. And yeah, I surely would be catching you guys in the next video. But for now, it is bye for now. Bye.